Hey, Engraver here. Welcome back to my channel and happy Thanksgiving to you. I wanted to use this day as an opportunity to express my thanks as an independent artist. We here in the United States have one official day where we celebrate our Thanksgiving and our gratitude for different things in life. Of course, it's things like family and relatives and friends and coworkers, and also material things like having a house and running water and electricity and food and all of that. And of course, we express our thanks for the gluttony we're about to indulge ourselves into, though I try to take a step back a little bit. But anyway, I did want to take the time to express what it means to be an artist and why we can be grateful as independent artists, why we should be grateful. And it doesn't matter if you're from the United States or from any other part of the world, we are living in an incredible time in human history where we have what we call the internet and online access to many things, innumerable things, things that we couldn't possibly consume and absorb in our lifetime. We have online access to anything we could ever ask for in terms of art, in terms of music. You know, if you just go ahead and type in Swedish instrumental metal band, you're going to find it, and you're going to find famous groups and you're going to find not so famous groups, but you're going to find quality in that specific style, in that specific region of the world. And I think that's an amazing thing. And not only that, even more than that, you have access to showcasing your art before all the world, before millions upon millions, even billions of people. That is incredible. And I do see artists expressing, really bemoaning the idea that it's so competitive, that the music industry is so competitive, even the independent artists, and it's just too much. But I want to actually go to the other side of that and not be cynical, but actually be hopeful. It is pretty awesome that you can have your music out there. And what's even better, what they don't teach you at the universities, at least not the two universities I went to, is that there's a market for your music. You do have an audience. You do have there's someone out there you can bring value to, that you can delight. Somewhere part of the world that they might not even share your language. They might not live in the same state or in the same country that you live in, but you have the opportunity, a very easy opportunity, to share your art and bring value to someone's life and to someone's day and bringing delight to that person. And I think that is phenomenal. And I think that it's remarkable that we can do this and also market ourselves and make money doing this, and make money bringing this value and these services to people. And we also live in a time where technology, more and more, on an exponential level, is getting cheaper and cheaper. And so we can make pretty sophisticated music and high quality art for very, very cheap. And because of this, we have the opportunity as independent artists to create prolific quality output. Be prolific in your art because we have the means. Another thing I'm thankful for is that I have complete creative control over my music. I'm not assigned to any one label or any big name producer. I have, as an independent artist, complete creative control on what I want to produce. And of course, I aim to delight people and provide value with my music. But I do have complete control. I do have my own way of musically expressing myself, and you have too. And guess what? No matter what you do, no matter what instrumentation you work with, no matter what style, especially in electronic music, there is an audience for you. There is an audience for your music. We're in a very exciting time in the digital age. And this leads me to something I'm grateful for that I've been thinking about all year, for most of this year, and that is, for me, this is the best time. There couldn't have been a more perfect time for me to exist. I was born in the 80s in the United States of America, and I can only imagine that I could have existed in any decade of the 20th century, but the Lord chose the 80s for me. And any time before, the computer music in general really didn't come to exist until the 1950s and really didn't come to fruition until probably the 70s, I would say. It was being explored in the 60s, but back then the computer technology was so massively expensive, so the public didn't have access to this. This was a part of radio institutions and the academic circles and maybe some filmmakers or maybe some well-to-do or already famous musicians at the time. Really, besides film composers and people in radio and the academic circles, no one really had no one really had access. There was no general access to computer music because it was just so expensive. And getting into the 1970s, we're exploring it a little bit more. But again, nothing that we have now as a home studio at such an affordable rate. And I'm kind of glad that I wasn't born in the 2000s. I feel like I would have come upon the electronic music a little too late. I feel like the time is ripe. The time is now for me to really get in, as I already have been in the last 5 years, really get into eclectic electronic music. So it's a very exciting time for me personally as an independent artist. It makes me think of the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 26, where it says that he has made all men to dwell on the face of the earth and has determined their pre-appointed times and the boundaries of their dwellings. I think that's really cool, especially now with electronic music. So as an independent artist, I'm grateful for the immense amount of opportunities. You have something to make, you have something to create, and I would just encourage you to create it with all your might, with all your heart, and all your effort, and produce it and show it to the world. And not only that, be prolific about it. Provide to the world prolific output. Give the world what you know, what you inspire to do, what you inspire to make. Inspire them, delight them, intrigue them. The harvest is ripe. You just have to go to the fields and start reaping and start pulling and cleaving. So I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, and just know that you as an independent artist, no matter what you do in art, you are in an incredible time in human history, and I just want to encourage you to just keep doing it and go make someone's day phenomenal and bring delight, bring joy, bring value to a person's life. Thanks always for watching and listening, and I will see you next time.